happy.
Can we just do a sound check if that's okay?
You certainly can.
Can you just say your full name, please?
Bruce Bird, District Commander, Waikato. So I'll just read through the statement first and then take any questions that you've got. Okay. 4 youths have been arrested today and police are working to locate other offenders after several incidents of commercial burglary in the Waikato District in the early hours of this morning. Police responded to a report of a ramrod style burglary in Sandwich Road, St Andrews, reported at 1:53 a.m. A burglary in Duke Street, Cambridge, reported at 3:49 a.m. and a burglary in Sloane Street, Te Awamutu, reported at 4:42 a.m. At this time, it's believed that the incidents in Cambridge and Te Awamutu are linked. Inquiries are ongoing to determine whether there are links to any other offending. With regards to the incidents in Cambridge and Te Awamutu, 4 youths, as I've said, have been arrested and will be charged with burglary and also aggravated assault. The youths fled Sloane Street, Te Awamutu address in 2 vehicles and subsequently stole a vehicle from homeowners in Gillard Road after one of their vehicles was disabled. Road spikes were deployed and the stolen vehicle was spiked and brought to a stop, following which the offender fled on foot. A police dog team apprehended 4 youths in the Bader Street area. It is also believed that shots were fired towards police scene guards at the Bader Street address where the youths were arrested. Police are providing support to the homeowners whose house was entered and cars stolen. They are understandably shaken, have minor bruises, but no significant physical injuries. Police inquiries are ongoing to locate other offenders involved in this incident. It's believed that up to 10 youths were involved in the burglaries. Police understand that the incidents overnight have been alarming and unsettling to our community. The community have had enough. The victims have had enough, and we have had enough. It is time for people in that community to stand up and do the right thing and bring these people to account. We will continue to work tirelessly on this matter until all of those offenders have been arrested and put before the courts. We've set up a special operation to deal with this series of offending. One thing I can say, at this stage, we do not have an established link between the offending last night and that shocking crime that occurred at the Irvine Street dairy. Any questions?
Yes, hi, Emma Wonders. You said that there are 10 youths that were offended. I want to know some of the age ranges.
Okay, so the people that we have arrested so far are 19, 18, 17 and 15. Can I just make a point here? They are an organised crime group, pure and simple.
Bruce Karen, Father for Timothy. We understand there were younger children involved as well, a much smaller child. Can you tell us who you're still looking for, what you want from the public?
Okay, we're wanting all the information that we can get. Over the, as we know, on Saturday we had cigarettes stolen, last night alcohol, etc. The big issue for police, community and victims, these people are now out of control. The violence is escalating and it is a grave concern to us that that is occurring and we need to step in and do something, and we're asking the community, if you know who they are, tell us before something serious or worse happens than what's already occurred.
Can you describe for us how things transpired around the Gillard Road area? So the vehicle was stolen, a car was actually, the fire emergency pulled out, the
Yep.
car was on fire.
So apparently, from my understanding, the car caught fire. They came from the car, went to these innocent people's house, an elderly gentleman, terrified out of him, stole his car. He's shaken, got some bruising to his head, took his car. That's
And
not okay.
You were tracking them though at that point?
Yeah,
from
we were
Te
tracking
Awamutu.
2 cars.
Can you describe that for us and following from a distance? It wasn't a pursuit, but you were following from some distance?
Yes, that's
Can
it.
you describe that for us?
Well, I don't want to go into all those details now. As you appreciate, we've got 4 people before the courts now. So that just makes life a little bit more difficult for me.
What can you tell us about the shots that were fired by the time those cars got
Okay, so a light coloured car has come past where we were conducting our inquiries in Beta Street, and shots were fired.
At police?
Yes, at police. Or we believe it was at police. Whether there is a connection between that car and the 10 is not established at this stage.
What's the significance of the home in Beta that's been under cordon?
That's where we located offenders.
And any property, or what can you tell us about?
We have recovered some alcohol from that address.
What sort of descriptions can you give us about those who you're still looking for? Have you got any information you can give to people about who to look out for?
We will get that out in the next lot of press releases. We've got inquiries going around the upper part of the North Island now, looking to track these people down.
Are they believed to be armed with guns, baseball bats? What's your intelligence on that?
Well, we know they used baseball bats at the at Cambridge on the security guard's car. We would assume that they are arming themselves in some fashion. Whether they've got guns or not is not known.
You said there's going to be a larger police presence. Will your officers be armed in those areas? No.
We currently have all our staff in the Waikato District carrying firearms at the moment, and that'll be reviewed periodically depending on the information that comes back from the investigation team.
Okay, when did that start?
This morning at about 0600 hours.
Oh, okay. How long between the arrest and the shots was there?
Well, we were still at the scene.
Right.
Yep.
Can you tell us what sort of charges you've laid in relation to those 4?
Burglary, aggravated assault.
And those that fired the shots?
When we track down that person, there's a raft of offences that would be considered there.
So you were in close proximity to the car that fired the shots, but no one was pursued or
No.
apprehended?
Not at that time.
Why is that?
Pardon? Well, we were dealing with the other one, and we had those there, so we were making inquiries. As I said, we've stood up a major operation to track down those offenders as well.
So the shots were fired in the Beta area very close to the house
Yes.
where the property was? But you don't know if that's linked?
No, we've got no clear linkage to the 10 at this stage.
How many incident cars were out when all this was unfolding?
Approximately 5.
Is there, you touched on it being an organised group of offenders. Is that linked to gangs, do you believe?
We know of the 4 that we've arrested, there are gang linkages.
Are you able to say which gang?
No.
Are they considered to be part of the 80 that you recently said were, or the Police Association said were believed to be behind the bulk of the ram raids? Are they part of that ring? Or?
This is a organised crime group, and yes, they are prolific.
You say you're fed up. How fed up? What are your emotions?
Well, I think after I saw the incident on Saturday, it would be fair to say that wasn't a good look. There's a perfectly defenceless person going about their lawful duties in a good way, gives himself up, puts his hands up and attacked. I don't think anybody enjoyed watching that.
The couple that they stole the car from, did they feel like the police are doing enough?
Well, I think we're actually throwing the kitchen sink at this thing. We've got a lot of plans through our operation prior to manage that. I think since the 1st of February we've arrested 368 people. We've laid a total of 1,404 charges. That's a lot of people we've held accountable for those activities. Our staff work tirelessly on this day in, day out, day out to hold these people to account. Basically since the 1st of February we've had whole sections of people just dedicated to doing these investigations.
What were your instructions though as you were tracking those cars from Te Awamutu? It was a rural area, there was plenty of space to potentially apprehend. What were the instructions
Well,
to
as we did, as I said to you, we spiked the vehicles where we could, and we, at that stage there, we'd got the dog team in behind to work it. So that's an ideal situation for us to get our capability all set up and into the place where we would want to do that turnover.
So the spikes were laid rurally?
Yes.
Right.
Was the helicopter called?
Not sure.
How frustrating is it for